634 Belinda Court, Belinda Way, Chula Vista. Gonna start here at the front of the home, and what we're looking at is all of the exposed wood on the house. The eaves are made up of the rafter tails, starter board, fascia, and the wood appears to be in pretty good condition on this home. I haven't found a lot of rotten wood around the home other than what the VA called out to be painted, and so that's going to save you a lot of money. I would the wood repair is always the unknown on a roofing project, and a lot of times we're able to see a ton of rotten wood, which adds up to a lot of money, and that's not the case on your home. First thing we notice is a big old stack of shingles here at the edge, and so there is approximately 3 layers of old roofing material on this house. And anytime we see this, we're able to see this from the edge, we know that it was not professionally done. So we're going to take a little bit of a closer look at this install to see what kind of fundamental issues they made, or fundamental mistakes that they made when installing this roof, because you know there are professional ways to do an overlay, and then there are non-professional ways, and it was so we've first noticed that this does not look professional. As soon as we get up here, we realize that this shingle looks to be in good condition. There's not a lot of granule loss, there's not a lot of exposed fiberglass, and so I start to go, whoa, this roof looks okay, or the condition of these shingles look okay. Unfortunately, we start to find all kinds of fundamental issues that cannot be fixed till the roof gets ripped off. So the first thing I do is check the nailing pattern and find this shingle. That was not a good one. Here it was. All right, so as soon as I look underneath here, I see what's called a high nail. Okay, the nails are supposed to be right on this black line right here, 2 inches up, and unfortunately you miss the shingle underneath it. So when you nail a shingle correctly, not only do you hit the shingle that you're purposely nailing, you also hit the one below it. So that means that all shingles have 2 rows of nails in them, keeping them from blowing off. Okay, so the nailing pattern is all wrong. They're all high nailed. That's nice for me, because that means that the at least the top layer is gonna get torn off really easily. When you high nail them, the shingles come off really easily. Then I want to start looking around for the shingle, the seam stagger, and so this one caught my eye. This is a shingle seam, that's a shingle seam, that's a shingle seam, that's a seam. Okay, so they're stacking the seams on top of each other, and that's a huge no-no that's going to cause leaks. As soon as I pull this shingle up, I use my business card to mark it. I'm able to see a nail right there, and that's a nail landing right in the seam. Okay, so sure enough, water is getting through there. The only reason this roof is waterproof is because of the 2 other layers underneath this one. And this one, not sure if you can make that out in the video, but that's a nail right there. We don't want any nails within what is it, 3 inches of this seam, because water can go that way and that way. So yeah, the fundamental issues that we continue to find tell me that this, even though the condition is okay, there's no way this roof will ever be will ever last as long as it was supposed to. There is no exhaust ventilation. To preserve a manufacturer warranty on this roofing product, we need to make sure to have proper ventilation. We've got 1 gable end vent here, probably another one on the back, but we really want to add one. We'll put 6 O'Hagan vents on this house to allow the hot air to escape out of the attic. The garage is in the same condition, same issues, I'm sure, same nailing pattern, and so definitely going to obviously recommend replacing the garage as well. We do have, oh, what did they do here? So this is that rotten little section here, and really what they could have done differently is this is a ridge cap. It should have wrapped over this edge, because I think water's getting underneath here as it drips over this edge. So I think that's what's creating the problem here. And none of the flashings none of the penetrations were re-flashed as the second and third layer of roofing were added to this house. And so So that's just kind of cutting corners when they redid this roof. And these are not ridge caps. These are just shingles that are cut down and used as ridge caps, and so they never last as long as actual ridge caps. They don't look as good, and again, just an unprofessional install. Based on all that, again, even though the shingles are in good condition, we have to re-roof this house to keep it waterproof.